is only war.
What is up, gents? We are doing a awesome updated report on Night Lords. Oh man, Av Dominus Nox, my brothers. So we're gonna be doing a Night Lord themed video today, because in 11th edition we just got rumor about the new Battle Shock stuff. So Night Lords are kind of terrible. They've been terrible ever since they came out. There's a new Night Lords detachment, I guess because the new Night Lords kill team was the best selling model of the year. So we're going to be doing a quick video. If you guys have any questions, let me know in the comments below. Let me know also in the comments what you're most excited for in 11th edition based off of this faction. So we're going to be getting into, we'll give you a list, maybe a couple lists. We'll see what we do. But if you guys are new to the channel, appreciate it. Click on the video. We were #1 Chaos Space Marine player in the world 2 years ago, #1 Death Guard player last year, and then this year we're already #1 Orc player in the United States. So we're loving orcs right now, but we painted our orcs based off of Night Lords because Night Lords are our favorite freaking lore-wise detachment. Yeah, so if you guys are new to the channel, we do have merch. So the Night Lords all the way at the top there, Conrad Curse is up on a t-shirt, as well as all these other guys. A couple new ones, especially with Crow and Custodes. So check that out in the description below. Quick shout out to the sponsor, and then we'll be back to go over some new rules in 11th edition. All right, guys, thanks for clicking on the video. If you guys want to support the channel, stay tuned towards the end of the video where we'll go over all of this stuff, as well as any links in the description below for laser lines, shirts, and gear is in all the description. So stay tuned towards the end and enjoy the video. All right, guys, so here is what the new Games Workshop just released. The new Space Marine stuff. We're going to do an orc video as well, but the new Space Marine, hopefully Kevo gets all of that done soon for you guys, and it's going to go over all the 11th edition new kind of detachments and stuff like that. We don't know if Deathwatch is going to still be there. Somebody commented about that as well, but is Deathwatch going to be 11th edition? Who knows? Hopefully it is, because they're freaking awesome. But this snippet, somebody posted this, and instantly I always think about, like, all right, is Night Lords going to be good? I heard something about that in the 11th edition where Night Lords, if the Battle Shocks continue, they could be good, because imagine like an entire army just being battle shocked. I played Kevo against it one time where most of his army was battle shock, and it would have, it's just so annoying at rolling battle shocks at -1, -2, -3, even up to 5 sometimes with Night Lords. So just having to roll that every single turn is kind of insane. So this snippet was taken in the video on Games Workshop's website. It's just a snippet of like what he was saying. So let's read it to you guys. Only snippet from the Marine faction focus. So of course, and it puts Battle Shock now isn't something that fades off anymore. Okay, so that means in their turn it doesn't just automatically pass. That means if they are battle shocked, they then have to roll. All right, let's just keep reading. You have to continually test to be unbattle shocked. Previously editions of the game, it works similar to, sorry, I'm just reading what it says. Pinning, where you should have to constantly test to see if you're unpinned. Same thing, right? Otherwise, you would fire snapshots and you'd be stuck in place. Battle Shock now persists. Once you are battle shocked, you must test to become unbattle shockedness. So that's huge, guys. That is, I'm so excited just to test this out. I might actually do 11th edition test before 11th edition comes out. So let me know in the comments below if you guys want to see that test bit of Night Lords. I'll post that up on Patreons. Wouldn't be doing this without my Patreon, guys. Thank you so much for the support. But I'll be posting this up on there first before it hits YouTube's members, before it hits YouTube. So if you guys want to stay tuned for that, go check out Patreon. But I want to make a list specifically geared towards this. And now the new Night Lords detachment, which we'll build in a second, it hits harder, right? It hits a lot harder based off them being battle shocked. So if the unit is battle shocked, they get +1 to wound. If they're also battle shocked, they're -1 to hit you. So in 11th edition, if you get cover and -1 to hit, holy shit, your army is going to be a lot harder to kill and move on the table. So yeah, let's get into some list building real quick. All right, cool. So let's pull this up. Blue stacks, we got that going. Let's go over the new one. So the Nightmare Hunts. Let me make that bigger for you guys so you guys can see that. bring that up, make that bigger. All right, cool. So in the battle shock step of your opponent's command phase, if the enemy unit is below its starting strength, so if you kill one model or do one wound to a vehicle within 12 inches, which is huge, 12 inches of one or more Heretic Astartes units, so no allies or demons or anything like that, so make sure you're cautious about that. The enemy unit must take a battle shock test at subtracting 1 from the result. So basically you just start stacking up all the minuses in your list, but starting with a -1. So most Marines making a leadership of 7. If they're near 6 inches of a Raptor unit, it's -2. If they're near 6 inches of a Plague Marine unit, it's -3. Blue Horrors units, -4. If Noise Marine shot them with a gun, it's -5. If they keep the same leadership buff or negating in 10th, it's max 9. So basically they'd have to roll anything +3, they have to roll a 9 or lower to pass the leadership test. 9 or higher. 9 or lower. It's 9 or lower. So if they roll a 9 or lower, then they pass. I don't know why they put a cap on it, but yeah, so Nurglings start at 8, and if they roll 9, they pass. So everything is just stacking on top of each other. So your army's going to be spread out a ton. Everything's basically going to be in that 12-inch aura, and they're just going to have to do battle shock. So if they are battle shocked, at the beginning of their command phase, then on your turn, they're still going to be battle shocked. And then in their turn, they have to they're still battle shocked. And then they have to unbattle shock themselves in the command phase to try and get like primary and stuff like that. So it's going to be super annoying to try and do that every single turn. So tokens are definitely going to be needed. The -1 tokens are going to be needed. Battle shock tokens everywhere are going to be needed. Like you're going to have tokens fucking everywhere. So it's going to be up to you to make sure that you have all that ready to go if you're going to be playing Night Lords. And then you also get all of these as well. So each time a Heretic Astartes model in your army makes an attack that targets a unit that is below half strength, add 1 to the hit roll. So anything that is, let's say a 5-man unit, they have to be down to 2 men to get that because now you're below half strength. And then if you're a tank, if you're at 10 wounds, you're down to 4 wounds. So it's not huge. I wish they would have just made it, if you're battle shocked, you get +1 hit and +1 wound. Because again, you have to force somebody to do a battle shock in order to get this buff. It's not just like Oath where they just fucking pick somebody and now you're 4 rolls to hit and +1 to wound. Like that is, I don't know why they didn't just do that. But yeah, so now it's a +1 hit if they're below half strength, and then Heretic Astartes, if they're attacking you and they're battle shocked, they're -1. So each time an attack targets a Heretic, so it's all Heretic Astartes, it's no allies or anything like that, you're -1. Now let's stack this in 11th edition. So 11th edition, if you're in cover, you're -1 ballistic skill. Potentially, that's what we assume. So -1 ballistic skill, rather than the +1 to your save, it's now -1 ballistic skill. So -1 to hit on top of that for any battle shocked unit works in melee as well. You're going to be -2 to shooting and then -1 in melee. So that is kind of a huge buff for most of our army. With tanks, like if you're getting cover with a tank, you're going to be -1 ballistic skill if they do that for tanks. And then if they're shooting at you and they're battle shocked, it's -1 to hit as well. It's kind of nuts, guys. So Marines are fucking hitting you on 5s. Orcs just aren't even hitting you ever. So that's going to be insane to just stack, because they did post that stealth now is gaining cover. So gaining cover would be the -1 to ballistic skill, I think. So you're not going to be able to stack -1 to hit and ballistic skill with stealth. We thought it was going to be stealth is still -1 to hit, but you're just gaining cover. I don't know if they're going to change the Death Guard as well. Death Guard used to be stealth with fly blown. So I think if it's stealth, then you're just gain cover. So basically the entire infantry army is -1 ballistic skill. And then if you get -1 to hit or with Death Guard, you're now -2 to hit if it stacks. Still up in the air though, but that is still really cool because this is subtract 1 from the hit roll. That will stack. And then each time Heretic Astartes model from your army makes an attack that targets a battle shocked unit, add 1 to the wound roll. So mostly you're going to be keeping everybody battle shocked because everybody's going to have to roll a shit ton of battle shock tests at -1. And then if you play your army right, you're going to be able to stack those buffs up or debuffs, like -2 leadership, -3 leadership, -4 leadership. And then they're all going to have to be rolling like 8 pluses to try and pass. So they're not going to be able to use stratagems. They're not going to be able to have any OC. They're just there, right? So that is this one. And then let's get into the strats, I mean, if you guys want to look over this, I have a video on this, but like the strats are all based off battle shocked. I wish it was other thing where it's like you get +1 AP, and then if they're battle shocked, you get +2 AP, but it's not like that. It's all based off of battle shock. So again, it's going to make it easier because if they continuously have battle shock in the next turn, that's going to be awesome. So then let's go with this Wild Bears unit. Target range attacks by 18. Check the market control. So loan up 18. Oh, stealth ability, so always in cover. Models in the Bears unit have the stealth ability, which now stealth is pretty good. Because stealth will gain cover even if you're in the open. Chaos Lord only, so this could work on the Terminator Lord. So if you want to run 10 Terminators with a Chaos Lord with this, now the Terminators in the open are -1 ballistic skill, and then if they're within or getting shot by a unit that's battle shocked, they're -1 hit as well. So -2 to hit on the Terminators in the open, 25 points. Jump Pack Lord, you get to go back up in reserves, which is cool, which is like a guarantee, a must every time you make a list. And then this one's cool is at the start of the fight phase. So any fight phase, each enemy unit, not just one. So like if you have has a demon prince that's in combat with 2 units, or again a leader in combat with 2 units, each enemy unit within engager range of the bearer must make a battle shock test subtracting 1. So that's subtracting 1, not 2. It doesn't stack like the other detachment. The other detachment stacks in every phase because you're just anytime you take a battle shock test, you're -1. This one is in the battle shock step, you're -1, so you can't stack it in this, but you still are -1. And then it's a raptor, it's -2. Raptors force battle shock at the fight phase anyway, so you can actually stack this one with a lot of different guys. And then down here, the Warp Talons, that's kind of why we are running this detachment anyway, because you get Scout 6, and a Jump Pack Lord can be Warp Talons to go uppy downy. It's fucking nuts. I can't wait to run that again. And then the strats, we already looked at that. So yeah, that's this. Let's go over the other one if you guys want to run Dread Talons, if that's still there. This one is in the Battle Shock step of your opponent's command phase. Same thing. You must take a Battle Shock test. And then this one is different by each time an enemy, it's separate. Each time an enemy unit within 12 inches of one or more Heretic Starter units from your army takes a Battle Shock test, so it's separate. It's in the Battle Shock step, you have to take one if you're below starting strength. And then if you do have to take one, you're -1. That's where if you're taking one in different phases, they're always going to be stacking. So let's say I do a charge auto battle shock, then you have to do -1 in the charge phase, and then in the fight phase I have to do another battle shock that's -1 in the fight phase, and then in the movement phase do it again. Like every phase we have in the shooting phase, every phase there might be different ways to force battle shocks. That is why this one's good, because it's -1 essentially always every time you have to take a battle shock step. But you can't do it in the same phase. So but you can do the command phase, movement phase, shooting phase, charge phase, fight phase. So you can do it almost every single phase. It just can't be the same phase. Let's go to enhancements on this one. I haven't run this one forever. Excluding Terminator models. So you have the stealth ability on a Lord unit. So that is, again, this doesn't stack as well as the other detachment because it's -1 hit. But this one is gaining cover in the open. So I guess if you're in cover, do you get hidden? In the fight phase, bearer unit makes select one unit that it's hit by one or more of those attacks and must take a battle shock test. So again, this is in the fight phase. You can hit somebody and force them to do a battle shock test. So then in their fight phase, before it used to just auto pass, right? Unless you were below half strength or whatever. So now they have to continuously do another battle shock step, even if you're not near them. Then one Jump Pack Lord, that's the uppy downy. And then Eater of Dread, this one's the extra CP. So this one usually goes on like an ACDC unit because they're really hard to kill. And if they're near, or if there's multiple people that are battle shocked, on a 3+, you get a battle shock. Or a 2+ if you're +3, which is really good. So that's a really good strat or enhancements. And strats, same thing. It's basically force a battle shock test. I think you can come down within 6 in this one and force a battle shock test for infantry and mounted. Unit within 9 inches. So come down 6s, but the Raptor is 6 inches. So I don't know if in 11th edition, they're going to come down with outside 5 inches and try and make a 6-inch charge for like Death Guard and Death Shroud and stuff like that. Yeah, so a lot of these are kind of like similar, but I think the main one that people are going to be focusing on is the Nightmare Hunt. So I definitely want to be testing this out with the new 11th edition rules. We'll throw it up. We have the army list that we're going to be testing out. So let's build this list real quick. I've basically 60 points left over. I was trying to build a quick list for you guys, but this is going to be the heart of it. I'm still not sure about Horan in this detachment. Horan Legionnaires with the Master of Maelstrom. So they're going to be able to get you an extra CP, or they can res guys. They just hit still super hard. The Legionnaires, they have full rerolls to wound on an objective. So if you're getting +1 to wound going into a battle shocked unit, you're +1 to wound with full rerolls to wound against a really, really hard hitting Horan, a heavy weapon, and obviously all of these guys as well. So that's my idea. You can obviously run Chosen as well, but I really like that combo, getting out of a Rhino and just moving up and, doing all that shit. Plus, it's a lot of models. So that, we have a Cultist model, Cypher, because he should be in heavy list. We do obviously still sell the Cypher proxies. We have 2 Chaos Lord jump packs, one with the Scout 6 with the Warp Talons, and then the other one, Uppy Downy. 2 Rhinos, one for the Horan build, and then one for the Noise Marines. We have 3 units of Raptors. They're 110 points now. They used to be 80 or 90 points. So we lost out on 60 points right there. But these guys are just so much better. So their abilities, while an enemy unit is within 6 inches, each time an enemy unit takes a battle shock or leadership test, subtract 1 from that result. So anytime you force a battle shock step, you want these guys near somebody. So you can be planning out where you're like, all right, I really want to battle shock these 2 units this turn. So I'm going to basically get my Raptors within 6 inches of them, force a battle shock, charge in, leadership test in the fight phase, force battle shocks everywhere. And now in their phase, anytime they have to do a battle shock step or leadership test, -1 to that result. So in their phase, they have to do a battle shock step within 12 inches, but if they're within 6, it's now -1 for the battle shock for the army roll, and then -2 for the Raptors. So now you're -2 base, right? Just with this unit. But also, at the start of the fight phase, either fight phase, your fight phase or their fight phase, each enemy unit within engage range, so not just one, of 1 or more units from this ability must take. So like you're charging into 4 fucking different units. They might die, but still, you're forcing battle shock on everybody, which means they can't interrupt. They can't do armor contempt. They can't like do anything because they're battle shocked. So that's kind of crazy. And then these guys hit a lot harder now. They have grenades now, which is cool. That's an extra strat that you can do on them. They have, I kitted them with a melta gun and a plasma gun. So they all have melta plasma, 1 in each. They have 2 heavy weapons plus the heavy weapon from the leader. So 3 heavy weapons. The heavy weapons, I believe, hit on 3s still. Yeah, so 3 attacks each, hitting on 3s, 8/2/2 +1 to wound. So wounding vehicles on 4s, wounding most infantry on 2s. Kind of nuts, guys. So that's 9 attacks, hitting on 3s with sustained or lethal, with the melta gun and plasma gun that are going to be +1 to hit if you're going into a battle shocked unit. So melta is wounding vehicles on 4s, AP4. Yeah, it's really good. So the other option, you can like bring in Oblitz, because in 11th edition they're going to be able to come down outside 9 inches within 8, or outside 8 within 9, shooting their meltas, hitting on 3s, sustain, and then +1 to wound, so wounding vehicles on 4s most of the time. It's not bad. It's like no rerolls, which kind of sucks, but it's still pretty cool. Now, Noise Marines, they're strength 10 on their fucking guns with +1 to wound. So these guys shooting out of a Rhino could be really good, but you also want to get one of them out of the Rhino because their guns are going to be able to be in the shooting phase after this model has shot. Select one enemy unit hit by 1 or more of those attacks until the start of your next shooting phase. Each time a battle shock or leadership test is taken, subtract 1 from the test. So you shoot a unit during their next command phase. Raptors, detachment, Noise Marines, -3 leadership. So most armies are going to be leadership 6 going up to leadership 9. So essentially, anything you shoot is going to have to roll 9 or higher to pass that battle shock step. And again, if there's other ways to force battle shock, like in the fight phase, that's going to then continue into that phase as well, because it's until your next shooting phase. So let's say you're shooting a big ass unit of Terminators, they're going to charge you, or your Raptors or whatever. They're going to move up and charge your Raptors, or your Raptors can heroic. They're still going to be that -1. So having that token next to the guys is going to be clutch, because you're going to have to put that -1 token on them until your next shooting phase. So that way you and your opponent remember that they're -1, -2, -3. So yeah, nuts. They don't have grenades, but yeah, it's still all of this at +1 wounding. So strength 10, AP2, 3 damage, ignores cover, +1 to wound. And then all of these ignore cover, AP1, 2 damage, +1 to wound. So wounding most tanks, I guess, on 5s now. Unless they're toughness 9, which usually they're just going to die from these. But yeah, infantry killing for those things, and then gun or tank killing from the big guy. Blue Horrors, I think, should be in every Night Lord's list. Fuck, what the hell happened? All right, and we're back. Okay. So let's go over this list real quick. Dreadtowns, Nightmare Hunt. Yeah, so 3 Raptors. Talking about the Blue Horse. The Blue Horse should be in every single list when it comes to this, because they have an aura of, they've infiltrate. Sure. So 125 points. You could bring the 110 point infiltrating Chaos Space Marine unit, but for an extra 15 points, you get these guys, which there's 10 of them. They have a 4-up invuln save, and if on a 4+, they split into little yellow guys as well, which then also have a 4-up invuln save. Kind of nuts, dude. So these guys, Blue Horrors, 4-up invuln save, add 1 Blue Brim Horror to it, or Brimstone Horror. And right here, while an enemy unit is within 6 inches of this unit, if that unit contains 1 or more Blue Horror models, worsen the leadership characteristic of the models in the enemy unit by 1. So no matter what, if you're within 6 inches of one of these guys or the unit, they're -1 leadership just by being near them. So you have Blue Horse, Raptors, shooting with the Noise Marine, and the detachment. So now we're up to -4. Okay, so -4 with just these guys, right? But the infiltrate is really what makes them so good, because you can do turn 1 secondaries or screen out or do whatever you need to do. They're really hard to kill because of the 4-up invuln save. And they just have that -1 built in already. So that's them. And then the Plague Marines. So the Plague Marines could be in reserves, or you can put them in a Rhino. Like, let's say you put one of the Plague Marines in the Rhino with the other Noise Marine in the other one, and then the other one just comes in from reserves, just to kind of come in and shoot something. So a bunch of different options, but these guys slap, they hit hard, they're T6, 2 wounds, OC2. Their abilities, they can shoot something, and then they're affected, which doesn't have anything to do with Chaos Space Marines, but they have good melee. So the melee they have is 3 heavy melee weapons. So it's Power Fist, 2 heavy melee weapons, the Icon, a Meltagun, another Meltagun, and just a Bolter. So the Power Fist, I think, is hitting on 3s. So hitting on 3s, 822, lethal. Forgot about that. So lethal, and the heavy plague weapons are lethal as well, but 3 attacks each, hitting on 4s, 822. So you just have a ton of power weapons in this army. There's 3 essentially in every squad. The Legionnaires only have 2, but then they're kitted out with Horon and the other guys. So any melee squad has the opportunity just to come in and just mow down heavy infantry. The Icon is why you're bringing these guys. So while an enemy is within 6 inches, same with the Blue Horrors, worsen the leadership characteristic of models by 1. So they're basically just have to be within 6 inches of that model. It's model. 6 inches is the bear. So make sure that the bear is the last one to die, because it doesn't have to, like, as long as he's alive, then 6 inches from that guy. So basically you can run him out of Rhino or move out of Rhino, charge something, consolidate, pile into something else, and then have that 6-inch aura of battle shocks during their step. So now you're -2 just with these guys. So -2, -3, which is the goal every turn. -3 with pink or blue horrors. -4 with raptors. -5 if you shot him with a noise marine, right? So that is basically the most that I can get so far. I don't know if there's anything else I missed. Maybe there's a strat for another -1, but yeah, guys, it's going to be insane. So all these, just assuming that they're going to shoot at stuff that is battle shocked, is going to be +1 to wound. Cypher +1 to wound, Legionnaires +1 to wound, Full Wheels to wound, the Lords with the Raptors +1 to wound. The Plague Marines don't get it, the Noise Marines don't get it, But the Warp Talons charging in with the Lord, 4 attacks base, sustain, strength 5 with +1 to wound, AP 2, 1 damage. Once they kill something, they go back into reserves, and then you can rapid them for free with the Lord. The Lord jumping in with his melee weapons, he's probably going to have the Power Fist, so it'll be 5 attacks, hitting on 2s, strength 8, +1 to wound, AP 2, 2 damage. His ability is a free CP strat, and you can consolidate 6 inches, pile in and consolidate 6 inches as well. So let's say you're charging in, and then there's nothing like in front of you. You can then consolidate 6 inches backwards if you really want to towards an objective terrain feature, and then get off the board if you want to. But at least you're going to be able to like charge in and then get your entire army into that fight with the pile-in step. And he's got grenades, but so he brings grenades with the Warp Talon unit. I think Warp Talons gained grenades. Yeah, so Warp Talons gained grenades as well. So yeah, let me know in the comments, guys. I was super excited about hearing this. I wanted to make a quick video. It's not really quick. We're up to 24 fucking minutes now. But yeah, let me know in the comments below what you're super excited for. I will get this on if you guys want. Put it in the comments below, and then head over to Patreon so that way you guys can see it first. But yeah, check out the new merch. Get the Ave Dominus Nox Night Lord shirt, so that way you guys can represent the Night Lords moving forward. But yeah, guys, appreciate it. Good luck, and we'll see you in another video soon. All right, guys, thanks for sticking towards the end of the video. If you guys want to support the channel, all the links in the description below, which we'll go over. But these right here, we have 3D prints of Cypher, Tech Priest, Phobo Libby, Combi Libby, Lieutenant, Calidus, Codiez, and the Lord of Contagion. All those are up for sale. Message me on Discord. All these widgets, the 6-inch, 2-inch, 3-inch, 1-inch, they pop out. Those are up for sale. The 9-inch widget, the 1 CP token, where you guys can keep track of the CP every single game. The token markers for Chaos and Grey Knights, they're poker chips. Those are really good for sticky objectives. And then also the wound gauges and the fuck you and fuck me tokens are up for sale as well. And we have a new sponsor, Snot Goblin Terrain. They are really, really cool. What's great about them is you can customize them for any layout. So if you run a Games Workshop layout, or if you run WTC layout, you can run it that way. And the best part, it's super hard plastic, not going to break on you. And also it's all fully painted. So check on the link below if you guys want to check these guys out. We use them in our streams and they look super awesome on the stream, but it's really good to travel into all your stores and bring them with you. So check those guys out. Then we still have 3D6 Wargaming, where if you guys want some custom templates, you guys can click on these. And then our new and improved Rexar lasers, laser lights with the Dirtbag logo on them. These guys are at a lot of local GTs, especially in the Texas area, but these lines are, or these lasers are rechargeable. So definitely be picking this up. I'm going to be getting sent one of these so I can show you guys on the live stream and stuff like this. But you guys get the Dirtbags and the lasers rechargeable, so highly recommend the Rexar lasers in the description below. Look at this. Look at that line. It is so good. And it's rechargeable. At the top, it's got the USB. Just plug it right in. Good to go. This shit is legit. And lastly, guys, the merch store. This I love seeing at GTs. When you see it across the room, you see your own logo, which is so cool. It's the red, white, and blue. We have the hats as well. They're all flex fit with the Dirtbags logo on the back. I just love wearing backwards hats. But all of these are available in the Printify shop. It's print to order, so you can get all of these shirts, different sizes, different colors. We also have the old school stuff. We have the Nurgling. We have mugs, which you can fit your entire hand in, and some of the Grey Knight logos as well. So let me know what I'm missing. You can message me on Discord, but stay tuned. If you guys are interested in the Patreon, that'll come up last. So appreciate it, guys, and let's keep it going. What is up, gents? 40k Dirtbags here. If you guys are interested in joining the Dirtbag Nation over at patreon.com, you get a bunch of perks. What we did in 2024 was we really expanded. I had traveled a ton and I played my ass off in 40k. Right now, we're ranked #1 best player in the United States on ITC rankings. We were the #1 Chaos Space Marine player in the world this year in 2024. 2 years ago, we got ranked #1 Grey Knight player in the world, and this year we're probably going to go into Death Guard, hopefully when the new codex comes out, or Emperor's Children. But you guys, if you guys want that head coach or that coach always in your corner just to ask questions, bounce ideas off, that's what the competitive Dirtbag and the Dirtbag Nation is all about. If you guys want to support the channel, you head over to patreon.com. You can join the Just a Car tab, which is $5 a month. You guys get access to the Discord Patreon tab. You have to be a patron to get into that Discord, and also I'm always there. All the other coaches are there. Basically, it's just such a good community over on Discord that you guys get specific access to it that only Patreons can get. If you guys want to bump that up, the competitive Dirtbag tier, you guys get to message me or another Grandmaster or another Dirtbag coach over the Dirtbag Nation to add unlimited questions, list ideas, list reviews, and bounce ideas off of. That's what having a coach in your corner is all about. If you guys want to bump up to the Grandmaster tier, that tier you get every perk under the sun. So basically you get access to Discord, you get one-on-one coaching, you get a call once a month if you guys would like to go over any RTTs coming up, any GTs coming up, any list reviews live over Discord chat, and also a special perk that Grandmasters get. If you guys want any video suggestions like we do all the time with these table setups that we just upgraded thanks to the Patreons, you guys get suggestions or battle reports you want to see specifically played live by a coach or myself on the next battle report, or a live battle report coming up on the Patreon. So you guys get obviously first access to all the videos. We post them first on patreon.com, but there's just a ton of benefits to having a professional coach that plays this game all the time at the very, very high competitive level in your corner at all times. And that's really what the Dirtbag Nation is all about, getting you guys better at 40K, the basics, and being good in your community. So if you guys want to support the channel, I really appreciate it. Couldn't have done it without you guys in 2024, 2025. I am super stoked for, super excited for. We really want to get a bigger studio going. That is going to be my focus in 2025, is really growing the community on YouTube and Patreon specifically. So thank you so much for 2024, all my Patreons. If you guys are interested in joining and want that coach in your corner, head over to patreon.com and support the channel. Appreciate it.